Curt Schilling's taking his ball and going home. I'm so crybaby. Plus, some dude's trying to make himself look like an alien, and Sweetheart has new sayings on their candy, and we got a lot to do, including a Whisker Wednesday. Lego!
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. This is episode number 182 of the show. And here we are. Thanks for joining me. I'm in a good mood. Yeah, fresh haircut, Katie. I'm feeling good. Now, I can't wait for you raggedy bitches to spoil being assholes to me. You know, is there a problem? I just want to say, listen, I'm not rooting for anybody to fail because God knows John Wesley's going to be the first show on BiffNet. But I'm glad other people are experiencing technical difficulties, so you sons of bitches see it ain't that goddamn easy. Plus, when some of you stream, you have problems too. And I just sit back and I chuckle. I did shower, Donna, washed my balls and everything. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling so fancy. I'm even peeing with my pinky up. Or is that my penis? I don't know. All right, listen, we got a lot to get to. Enough with this foolishness. Damn it, I didn't send out the show tweet. Can you guys let me tweet the show real quick so we can get some more people here? Because hundreds and thousands of people will flock to the show if I tweet it. Hey, we're live. I'm late. Let's go. What's new, right? Got to do the hashtag Barry on Deck because everybody looks for that. Okay, maybe not. Listen, this is what's important is that we're doing it. We're doing it and doing it and doing it well. All right, I tweeted it out. We're good to go. Hey, we've got a lot to get to. Last minute addition to the lineup, but we need to talk about a piece of shit of a man. And I'm going to give you a trigger warning on that, but we're going to discuss it because we're just not going to let this slide. We have to discuss Chad Wheeler and him being a complete and utter garbage ass human being and a piece of shit. So we'll discuss that. We're going to discuss a lot more, but as you know, we started off every day with the chat, and lo and behold, the inventor of the Triple Crown is the winner of the Triple Crown today. Jeff Bell in the building, the greatest deckhead in the history of deckheads for 2 hours. From, well, 2 hour 54, for hour 55, something like that. It's whatever. Jeff Bell, thank you for being first in the chat. Reverend, you just missed it. John Dory was close, but then Jeff Bell doubled up immediately and got in the first like and the first super chat. He popped the super chat cherry. Thank you for that. Thank you, the inventor of the Triple Crown, winning the Triple Crown. Put your name down, buddy, or a tick mark next to it. It's much appreciated. Thank you all, though, for being here, for real. So let's get to the chat, shall we? I mentioned the Reverend and John Dory. Eric Elman's in the building. He said, Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Nope, that's not it at all. It's Whisker Wednesday. Jesus Perez, what's up, homie? Keith Sager's in the building. John Dory, Brandon Martinez. I think Brandon's just happy that he cut House off for the first. Luis DeLay is in the building. Truck and Taco. Justin Kim, what up? From Thibodaux, Louisiana. Alan Denson, Incarnate 01. Jimmy John Rixey, hello, Sid. What's up, Katie? D-Mod is in the building. He did not cheat. You shut your raggedy ass up. Steven the Weather Guy with his weather update. Current conditions at BBWAA World Headquarters. 66 degrees. Dew point. 30 degrees. Windy and clear. Mostly sunny skies. 20% chance Barry's life one day ends in a carrot incident. I don't know what that. Oh, because somebody crunching it. You know, it's funny. Hey, what's up, Ray? And I saw my brother-in-law Junior is here as well. He hit us with the super chat. Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Vicente. It's funny because I didn't know if Ray had maybe snitched yesterday, but so Nora gets home from work and she always asks the same thing. How did radio go? I don't think she understands that this isn't radio, guys. That's literally what she says every day. I'm like, how did work go today, baby? You tired? You know, are you good? And she's like, oh yeah, I went okay. It was busy. And she's like, how was radio? I'm not shitting you guys. Every day. How was radio? And you know what? She doesn't know. It's not her job to know. Like she doesn't get bogged down with the pettiness of what this is and what it means and all that. So I'm just like, whatever. Why is my thing not working here? What the fuck is, I'm freaking out. All right. So she asked me how radio goes. I was like, oh, it was good. We had a fun show. We talked about this and that. And the viewers were into it. The deckheads were having fun. It was very interactive. She's like, oh, what y'all talk about? I was like, oh, we talked about pet peeves. And she was like, oh, what'd you say about me? I was like, what? She's like, what'd you say about me? I was like, fuck, did Ray snitch on me? What did I say? Did Ray text her and be like, yo, your husband's talking shit about you? I was like, what did I say about you? I said, I didn't say anything about you. It was all about like people crunching carrots and chips and shit. I said, the only thing I mentioned was that sometimes when you're like, hey, let's have hot dogs and chips for dinner, internally, I'm like, fuck chips. I'm going to lose my shit because of the crunching noise, but it's not your fault. It's my weirdness. She's like, mm-hmm. And guess what she was doing? She was eating chips. She was like, mm-hmm. I was like, oh, shit. This is awkward. So I don't know, Ray, if you're out there snitching, man. God damn you, Ray. I don't think he's snitching. He don't give a shit. Yeah. Look, Frank's like, oh, snitching ass Ray. Tony, is it really your birthday? Well, guess what, Tony? We would know that if you weren't so goddamn stingy and would get on the Patreon and give Jen your birthday. I could have given you a proper birthday shout out, but I'll still say you're here every day. Cheers. You get water. Happy birthday, Tony. I'm just fucking with you, buddy. You know, you're my guy. Wow. Wallace had time for the most unproductive hour and 53 minutes of the day. What is this? Eric said a piece of shit, and guess who's on my radio right now? I don't know what's going on here. What are you talking about, fool? Is Tony lying? Oh my God. Is Tony full of shit? Tell him, Vicente. Tell your brother. Tell Ray don't be snitching on me to Nora. All right, let's get through this. Let's get to this. Dude, she set you up and you fell for it. Ray said he didn't snitch. She just knows. She does know that sometimes I'll tell stories and she's like, what did you say? But usually I tell her right away because there's nothing that I don't say on this show that I wouldn't say to her or that I haven't already said to her. But I just, that caught me off guard. I was like, oh shit. What did I say? Did I get crazy? Did I say something disparaging? But you got to understand too, and Ray and Vicente will vouch for this when it comes to Nora. She is a very private person. She doesn't understand this at all. Like this does not compute in her head that there's a person that sits in a room with a microphone and a camera on and talks and just spills his guts about everything in his life just for the sake of being entertaining and hoping that other people watching it are entertained. That's just like, she's like, that's stupid. Like she doesn't get it. So even if I were just to be like, you guys, Nora did X, Y, Z and isn't that funny? She'd be like, oh my God, oh my God. Why are you telling people this? Ask them. She's the most private person I have ever met in my whole life. This is why we got married in a drive-thru in Vegas. She didn't want a wedding because she didn't want to stand up in front of people. That's the God's honest truth. It wasn't that she was like frugal or it's a waste of money, even though we both believe like expensive weddings are a huge, huge waste of money and we didn't see it doesn't change how much we love each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the pomp and circumstance and it's just really super expensive weddings are just people being attention whores. That's all it is. Like, look at me. I'm the most famous, popular person today. It's like, okay, settle down. You guys will be divorced in 3 years. So it was, but I asked, I was like, hey, well, you're Catholic. We should get married in the church. She was like, no, I'm not standing up. We'll go to Vegas. So it's a fact. Raise leave my sister alone. I know where you live. I'm telling you, she is the most private person. But that's true though, right? Vicente, right, Ray? She is like, she just does not understand this at all. So it's kind of weird. All right, good times. Let's go. Let's get into this. PK said, respect. My family bullied me into an actual wedding because I'm the only daughter. Yeah. That sucks. Matthew said we went to the JP and used the money we saved for a down payment on the house. See, that's called being a responsible ass adult and having your priorities straight. Nora and I went and had a wonderful time in Vegas. That's where we got married. We enjoyed every single second of it. I'm proud of how we got married and where and why and all the circumstances around it. And it's fun. It's funny. It's a cool story. But it doesn't change. Like we always said, that's just a piece of paper. That doesn't define our love. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the formality of it. And really, I'm just glad we got married so I could be on her insurance now that I don't have a job. It doesn't change. I would still be with her, whether some lady in the drive-thru said you're married or not. It wouldn't have mattered. What's up, Frank? All right, let's get to the, before we do the sports headlines, I do have a few things we need to touch on for the show. So first and foremost, there are still squares available. We're down to like 40. I believe she said, Jen told me. So if you still want in on the Super Bowl squares, and I had a picture of them, I don't know where the hell they went. We're down to 40 on the third card. This will be 300 squares that we'll have out there floating around. So if you want to get in, I know both of my brother-in-laws are in. I didn't even email my third brother-in-law. I need to do that as well. If you want in on the squares, go ahead and email Jen at barryondeck.com. She's going to send you a link with all the info. You can get your squares. You can, this third card, even Nora's on that one, so she's in too. You can get the squares and then you pay Jen via PayPal or Venmo and you're good to go. And every single penny goes back to the winner. So it's not like we're keeping any of the money. We're not donating any of it to charity. This is just straight up. You pay $5 to win $125 per quarter. It's paid out per quarter. So if it's 0-0 at the half, whoever had 0 and 0s winning the first quarter and the second quarter. It's pretty dope. You can win that much money. So get on it. Get on the squares. Jen at barryondeck.com. We're not doing a fourth card. So once these are gone, these are gone. The first two sold out the first one sold out in like 12 hours. The second one sold out in like 36 hours or close to it. So we're on to the third one. You better get on it if you want to do that. Also, I'm just going to keep reminding you until we get there. I do need your old PS4 games, people. Now that I got a PS5, I'm donating my PS4 to the Bay Area Turning Point, which is a shelter that provides a safe haven for people escaping abusive relationships, whether it be sexual violence or domestic violence. So what we're doing is I'm donating my old PS4 to them so that those kids that are living in that shelter have the opportunity to take their minds off of their current situation and the fact that they have to live in a shelter because their mom or dad was escaping an abusive relationship. So it's a cool thing, I think, and it's going to give these kids love video games, man. Gives them a chance. They probably didn't leave with a PS4. What are the chances of that? So this is an opportunity for these kids to have some normality, to be able to have some fun and escape the reality that they live in. If you have any extra PS4 games laying around that you're not using because you upgraded to a PS5 or bought an Xbox or whatever, would you send them to me, please, so I can include them with this PlayStation that I'm donating? I would really appreciate it. I would do it, but I only have 3 physical games. The rest of mine were downloaded. So I would really appreciate it. Send them to me, Barry on Deck. 3431 Rayford Road, Suite 200-416, Spring, Texas 77386. Please send me those games and I'll get them to the right people. And I promise you, we're going to do some good and actually help kids that need some help right now. So it's a cool thing. Please make sure you do that. All right. Last thing. It is Whisker Wednesday. And because it's Whisker Wednesday, where the hell did my Whisker Wednesdays go? There they go. I got two super cuties for you today. Oh my goodness. This is Choco. This is Choco, you guys. Now, Choco is a unique 5-year-old guy. He was surrendered to the shelter after his owner sadly passed away. Don't let his resting kitty face fool you. He has lots of love to give and wants to be back in a home. You can adopt Choco from Special Pals. If you don't know about Special Pals, they are open Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 4 p.m. They're conveniently located right there off of I-10 and Katy. All dogs and cats adopted from Special Pals come fully vaccinated, microchipped, spayed or neutered, and up to date on flea and heartworm preventions. It's super easy. You go in, you find an animal that you like, say Choco, for example, and then you bounce out and they're taken care of and you don't have to worry about it. And hey, don't take my word for it. John Westling adopted from Special Pals. The Reverend Lord Chris Householder III adopted from Special Pals. And so did White Magic, adopted from Special Pals. 3 deckheads have already gotten animals from Special Pals. What are you waiting for? Choco needs a home. Look at that sweetie. Look at those savage ass yellow eyes. But apparently he's a cutie and a sweetie. So get on Choco. Now, listen, this next one, I'm going to warn you right now. I'm warning you. Oh, look, Westling said Bumbolino is sitting right next to me sleeping. Look at that. Vinny Barbarino, sound asleep. I'm going to warn you on this next one, okay? You're about to witness cuteness overload when you see Faith. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. Now, there are some special rules with Faith. So pay attention. Because it's about to get cute up in this bitch. Look at that baby. Oh my God. Look at Faith. I love it. Faith is a 2-month-old terrier mix, and she is very special. Faith was born with cerebral hypoplasia. This condition is lifelong and requires extra care and patience by the owners. Her condition makes her wobbly, bump into obstacles, and fall a lot. Despite the condition, she is very happy, very healthy, and full of life. An appointment is required to meet Faith, obviously because of the circumstances, but oh my goodness, look at that baby. It is worth it. Please email foster@specialpals.org. That's foster@specialpals.org, and you can get on the list to meet Faith and hopefully find a good home for Faith, one where she'll get a lot of love, care, and attention. And don't forget, Special Pals open Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 4 p.m. for adoptions. All the dogs and cats adopted from Special Pals come fully vaccinated, microchipped, spayed or neutered, and up to date on flea and heartworm prevention medications. All you got to do, go to specialpals.org to see all of the adoptable animals and learn how you can help. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. If Faith ain't the cutest, I don't know what is. PK says she lives in a foster home, so we have to coordinate meetups with them too. So there you go. Look at that sweetie. Oh my goodness. That's just so cute. All right. So there's your Whisker Wednesday. I told you it was going to be a good one. Wow. Super cute, man. All right. What else was on the list? Oh, by the way, I haven't really done a good job at this. Andy Hogan, you are a dork. Like I said, I think I have hypoplasia. He walks around and bumps into shit. And he used to have another disease. What was it? Alcoholism. Yeah. That caused him to fall around and bump into shit. But now it's just hypoplasia. After what? 37 years sober, Andy? It's amazing. Hey, Vicente, thank you for popping in, homie. Much appreciated. Talk to you soon. I don't think Travis will survive a second dog. Oh, well. She's too cute, though. All right. I did want to tell you, Barry on Deck has a Facebook page. We don't have a Twitter. I don't have an Instagram. I don't even really have a YouTube specifically for Barry on Deck. The only thing that exists right now that is just for Barry on Deck is a website, barryondeck.com, which I need to update because I hate the way it looks and functions right now. It's awful. And then I started a Facebook page. I thought, you know what? I got to figure out how to use it and market it. So if you haven't gone and liked it, just go to facebook.com/Barry on Deck. It's that simple. There's like 65 people that have liked it. It's not a big thing right now. I don't know how to use it, but I will say this. I welcome all of your input on what you would like to see me do with the Facebook. Is there something that would enhance the value of you liking it? I know that, some of the stuff that I post, I'm going to post here, but what can I do? Would it be maybe posting links to the articles that we discuss on the Facebook page so that you could find them and click them and read them and so forth? Share that with me. And I think that's what I'm going to start doing, though, is sharing with you links to the articles that I cover on this show so that you can read them and share them yourself or whatever. But what else would you like to see me do with the Facebook page? I'm not going to start a Twitter yet or Instagram or any of that. But what would you like to see me do with the Barry on Deck Facebook page? I'm open to it. Don't put it in chat. Message me on the Discord or Twitter or whatever, because I'm not going to read all the suggestions in the chat. But I'm here for it. Let me know. I like to include you guys as much as possible when it comes to the direction of this show. So there's a way I can include you guys. I think that's it. Video games, Facebook, Squares, Whisker Wednesday. Let's get to the sports. That is it. I don't know why I said it like that. That is it. Tony said, don't do Facebook. That medium is for old white racists. Bro, my dad is on there. Oh. He's not that racist. PK, send me the list, girl. Let's do it. Let me have it. P. Jones said, I'm hella interested and you have no clue. I don't know what that means, but, it must be him, White Magic. I don't give a shit. All right. Okay. Here's your sports headlines for the day. The Phillies have signed JT Realmuto to a 5-year deal. You'll recall Astros were pursuing him, as were several others. Phillies have signed him and locked him up for the next 5 years. The Mets are the favorite to sign Trevor Bauer. He's been bouncing around, as you know. For a while, Bauer was not interested in a long-term deal. He wanted to go year to year, and now I think he sees the value in a long-term deal, and so he's willing to be locked up if the price is right. You know what I mean? If the price is right. The Patriots are a potential landing spot for a Matthew Stafford trade, and it would make a lot of sense. I saw an article. I got to be honest. I'm gonna go off on a side tangent here. I saw an article. I don't even know. I think I meant to get to it the other day. I saw an article about there could be potentially 18 different quarterbacks changing teams in the NFL or moving in the offseason, which would be unprecedented. Even in the crazy times we live in. But they talked about all of the different scenarios. And when you start to evaluate all of the teams, you think about the fact that there's a lot of positions up for, or a lot of teams up for some change with quarterbacks. You go down the division. I mean, Indy, right? Just in the division, the AFC South alone, you got 3 teams that could have new quarterbacks next year. Texans, Colts, and Jags could all have new quarterbacks next year. It's pretty crazy. 3 in one division. And then you talk about, the Patriots and the Lions and what is Green Bay going to do? Are they going to trade him? We'll talk about Rodgers and his response in a second. But out on the West Coast, you got the Niners and the Raiders and what's going on and the Rams. And I mean, it's pretty insane. There's a few jobs that, aren't going to change, but 18. It's pretty crazy. So keep that in mind as we move forward. But yeah, they're talking Matthew Stafford to New England, and it does make some sense. I mean, I think a lot of things make sense for New England, whether it be trying to trade for Deshaun Watson or trade for Matthew Stafford, or if the Packers are really serious about moving on from Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that's a thing where Belichick gets another GOAT and goes out and wins another Super Bowl. So Ray wants to know, is Uncle Rico available? Well, the problem is they don't have a field big enough for his passes because, he can throw them clear over those mountains. And that's just, he's overthrowing all his receivers. That's the knock on him anyways. So Patriots, a potential spot for Matthew Stafford. UCF, University of Central Florida's head coach, Josh Heupel, was named the Tennessee Volunteers head coach now. So he'll be coaching football for the Tennessee Vols. And Donovan Mitchell was placed in concussion protocol, but it was after the game. It was kind of a weird deal. Like, he went home and I think he woke up the next morning with symptoms. And then they put him through the protocol now, and he doesn't know exactly when it happened. He just knows that he started having those issues. So, yeah, pretty weird. Pretty weird. Dude, that's the funniest thing. It kills me every time Rico throws that steak. Did you know, are you talking about when he eats it, but he fakes it? Is that what you're talking about, Riv? Because there was a thing where Uncle Rico is a vegan. Uncle Rico is a vegan. Look this up. And in the movie, he's sitting, he makes a steak and he's eating the steak and he's sitting on the porch and he's eating it, right? And he has to put it in his mouth and he chews it. And you see him take the steak out and throw it away. I don't know. I wonder if I could find it. No. Yeah, okay. You're talking about from the movie. I'm talking about, if you look up Uncle Rico vegan steak in the movie. And then they show it's in the movie where he takes the steak out of his mouth and throws it down. It's pretty crazy. It's what was the thing Don Nelson used to do on Channel 13 in the morning? Flick flub. It's a flick flub. Y'all remember those? Anybody else? Flick flub? Okay. Yeah, I forgot about it. He hits Napoleon in the face with the steak. I forgot about that part. Okay. Well, I haven't seen that in forever. I need to go watch it again. That's one of those movies I think you can watch a million times and it still be funny. I legit haven't watched it in forever. So there's your sports headlines. Let's get to the rest of it because we need to talk about the Baseball Hall of Fame. There will be no new inductees this year. For the first time since 1960, the membership of the National Baseball Hall of Fame will remain frozen in time. No player on the Hall's 2021 ballot reached the 75% threshold needed for enshrinement into Cooperstown. And so they're like, well, now, this is all because of the steroid era. And the numbers are climbing some. The numbers are climbing. But look, most of the names on this list are from the steroid era. So when you look at it, you kind of knew already they were not big. And once they do start putting people in that were accused of being on steroids, then they opening up the floodgate to have to allow everybody in. So I think the writers are really trying to take a stand and say, and look, Westing's like time served and the writers are jokes. And listen, I think what you have to, and this may go with the Astros too. I mean, it's not crazy to think that Jose Altuve may never make it into the Baseball Hall of Fame because of what he was involved with. But I think what you're talking about too is years of cheating and steroid abuse versus 1 year or year and a half of banging trash cans and knowing what pitches are coming. Cheating is cheating. And maybe that's the precedent that they're setting. We'll find out when it comes time how many of these Astros on this current roster or recently on this roster are going to make the Hall of Fame. Is George Springer going to be a Hall of Famer? Is Carlos Correa? Is Jose Altuve? It's going to be interesting. Bregman? We're going to find out. We're going to have to find out. I tend to think that 1 year in a career of 15 or so isn't a big deal. What you're talking about with steroids, though, were several years. Home run chases. The greatest home run hitter of all time went from 150 pounds to 250 of muscle and head. And he claims the crown of having hit the most home runs. And you can clearly see that there's a difference in him physically. How long was he on them? Allegedly. So that's the thing. I think that they're saying, look, you can't cheat this much for this long, get all of these accolades, and then be like, let us in. It doesn't work like that because there are people in the hall that didn't use performance-enhancing drugs like you did. Barry. And one of them just passed away, Hank Aaron. I think you can look at Hank Aaron and say, yeah, I don't think he was on roids. You look at those two side by side, and McGuire and Sosa, and then put Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron next to those three. It's pretty telling. It's pretty telling. So I'm not opposed to what the Baseball Writers of America are doing. It doesn't bother me that they're preventing guys that were thought to be cheaters from getting into the Hall of Fame. It doesn't bother me. It's baseball. They won't let Pete Rose in. Why would they let someone that cheated the game even more? Think about it. Now, Schilling came out and said, look, just take me off the ballot next year. I don't want to be on. I'm a crybaby. I don't want to be on. He put, I will not participate in the final year of voting. I am requesting to be removed from the ballot. I'll defer to the Veterans Committee and men whose opinions actually matter and who are in a position to actually judge a player. I don't think I'm a Hall of Famer, as I've often stated, but if former players think I am, then I'll accept that with honor. That is a quote from Curt Schilling. Oh, Curt. Hey, listen, White Magic. Go fuck yourself. It's a goddamn typo. Deal with it. Jesus, you guys in typos drive me fucking nuts. Like you've never fucking had a typo, White Magic, you raggedy bitch. Oh my God. I hate y'all so fucking much. Y'all have no idea. You have no fucking idea. Westling, you of all people. You of all people, Westling. You're going to have slides with goddamn spelling errors on them, and I'm going to shit over you, Westling. I don't know who you are anymore, White Magic. You dirty scoundrel. BR Smurf said, it should bother you. It should be based on performance during the game. Nothing more, nothing less. Not judge on someone's moral compass who gets a vote. Yankees cheated and they'll let them in. No, look. I don't know what the reasoning is for Schilling. All right. I think we know what the rest of the reasons are on that list. But for Curt Schilling to say, I think, first of all, he's just being petty and being a crybaby. But he's saying, the only people that matter when it comes to opinions is the players. Oh, you guys both, y'all all know damn well that if he would have got in, he wouldn't be saying that. He'd be like, thank you to the writers and everybody that voted for me. I really appreciate it. But he's pissed off and he's mad. And let's not forget, you guys are like, yeah, it shouldn't matter off the field. Really? 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 It shouldn't matter off the field how they are. 20 years ago, I'd agree with you. But when you got a guy that's out here saying, hey, what happened January 6th, it's a good thing. That's not okay, man. You don't want these kind of degenerate ass people. What what was the thing with the transgender where he said something about that and lynched the media? You can't have that guy representing the Hall of Fame and baseball. You just can't have that. I'm not saying like, oh, just because he's a Republican, that's not the point. But when you make the slights that he made against transgender and the transgender community, when you say he talked about lynching reporters, he said that the January 6th insurrection was fine. You want this guy in the Hall of Fame? I get what he did on the field. I don't even think what he did on the field was that amazing, to be honest with you. I think everybody gets in. White Magic's just trying to round me up. Bitcoin is now America's pastime. Look, Schilling wants off, and I let him off then. Basically what he doesn't want is he's taking his ball and going home. He's pouting. He's basically saying, look, you haven't let me in yet. You guys don't like me. You don't like Bonds or Clemens or anybody else. So just take my name out of the hat. Just take me off, and I'll let the Veterans Committee vote for me. Because he's pouting because he knows he's not going to get in next, and he doesn't want to be the guy that the Veterans Committee didn't vote in. Or I mean that the baseball writers didn't vote in after 10 straight attempts. He just doesn't want that stain on his baseball record. So he's pouting. Well, the baseball writers came out and said, no, you should not take Curt Schilling off of the fucking ballot. And the reason they're saying that is he still qualifies. He is still a qualified candidate. And we have always put all qualified candidates on the ballot. This is what they said. Quote, "It's the position of the Baseball Writers Association of America that Mr. Schilling's request to remove himself from the ballot is a violation of the rules set forth by the National Baseball Hall of Fame's Board of Directors, who have commissioned the Baseball Writers Association of America to conduct the annual elections. Specifically the following, quote, the duty of the screening committee shall be to prepare a ballot listing in alphabetical order eligible candidates who, one, received a vote on a minimum of 5% of the ballots, and two, are eligible for the first time and are nominated by any two of the 6 members of the screening committee." Then they went on to say Mr. Schilling has fulfilled both of those requirements and should remain on the ballot for consideration. Basically, what they're saying is, don't let this dude off the hook. He's eligible to be on the ballot. Put his ass on the ballot and let us vote. Now, he's close. He might actually get it after this little outrage, this little tirade. I mean, we'll see. But I think Curt Schilling is pouting. He's being a baby. White Magic hates baseball. You can be built like that and be at the top of your game, but it isn't the easiest sport. No, White Magic. Bro, you're not going to tell me there's not fat basketball players? Goofy ass looking basketball players? Don't start that shit. There's fat dudes in the NFL. Just because you're fat doesn't mean you can't be an athlete. Look at you. Don't worry, Matt. I'm going to be the last one to judge you on spelling. I got to deal with all these raggedy bitches pointing out my spelling errors when I'm trying to make slides in 5 minutes or less. I don't know. I think it's interesting, though. I understand where some of you are coming from on this. I do. But I think at the end of the day, what's happening here is Curt Schilling is he's got his feelings hurt. That's it. That's all this is. He doesn't want to look bad and his feelings are hurt. So he's like, you know what? Just take me off the ballot. I don't want to be on the ballot anymore. I don't want to. You guys are being dicks. I don't want to be on the ballot. Well, tough shit. It ain't your ballot, bro. It's the Hall of Fame's ballot. And he went on, he was like, baseball's been good to me. It doesn't owe me shit. Well, that's a good answer, but you should still be on the ballot. Team Wanda said White Magic has issues. Yes! Justin Swinford, the 280-pound quarterback from Kentucky, was an athlete. Tractor Trailer was an athlete. Plenty of fat basketball and football players. Don't give me that shit. Now, if you want to tell me John Daly ain't an athlete, I'm willing to discuss this. But your hatred of baseball is, not only is it stupid, it's unwarranted. I guarantee you couldn't hit a baseball. Not from a major league pitcher. And I don't even want to hear that shit. I do it all the time, man. Nobody believes you. Speaking of Uncle Rico, he's right here in the chat. His name is White Magic. I can hit a baseball over that mountain. Shut up. No, you can't. And baseball players are athletes. Now go sit down. You're crazy, man. And you have, the refrigerator parry, that's a good one. You've consumed enough of my cycles in this chat. Big Baby Davis. See? White Magic, you're wrong. And everybody in the fucking chat knows it now. Shut up. All right. Did you guys hear this about Steph Curry? Steph Curry, apparently, when he gets his feelings hurt, when people are dogging him or he's having a really shitty game, at halftime, he goes and checks Twitter. He goes and checks his mentions, and that's his motivation. Andrew Bogut talked about it on a recent episode of the Rogue Bogues podcast. And he said, quote, he'll check his mentions at halftime when he's had a bad half. That's the craziest shit I ever saw. If he had a bad half, he would go on social media and then come out and drop 30 in the second half. That's how dude gets motivated. Like when it's going bad, he's just checking Twitter and then he's like, all right, I'm in it. This shit is crazy, man. All right, I'm in it. Let's go. Let's do this. So, Steph Curry's got to get his motivation from social media. Really? Really, Steph? That money doesn't motivate you enough? Being the best doesn't motivate you enough? And Matthew, that's the thing, is like, let your haters fuel you. I don't know that I've ever been that guy. I don't know that haters motivate me. CC said Sean Kemp after his last kid. God damn it, CC. I've never been that guy, though. The Reverend said the way of the world now, social media drives everything. But here's the thing, like, and I know this about me, and I'm willing to freely admit this and own it. I'm not the kind of guy that, like, I'm the kind of guy, so I'm a confident person. I'm not, I mean, I don't, how do I phrase this? So, like, when dudes are hating on me, which in this line of work and then being a, comedian and radio guy and all that, you get plenty of it. Trust me. And you guys don't even see it all. I've showed a few people samples of it here and there. And I'm a nobody. I'm not even a Steph Curry. But when you do what you do when you're out in the public, you're going to have a group of people that just hate your guts. Y'all remember, what was his name? John Geiger? The guy that found my fucking home address and all that weird shit. But that doesn't motivate me. Like, I guess I'm the opposite, right? Like, I know in sports, there are some people that get motivated when their coach yells at them. It drives them. It motivates them. And then there are other people that get motivated by the fact that their coach gives them positive reinforcement. I'm a positive reinforcement guy. When you tell me, hey, Barry, that was a great show. Oh, Barry, you're a funny dude. Hey, Barry, I like your show. I like listening to this. I thrive on the positive feedback from people. When people are negative to me, it's why I get so pissed off about it. Because it negs me out. It bothers me when people are such assholes and dicks about stuff. Like when people are haters, I have to ignore that. That doesn't fuel me. That makes me want to just go away. Like, man, fuck this. It's not worth it. I don't want to deal with these bullshit ass people. Let's go, Katie. Let's fucking go. Yes. Let's get on Twitter and see. That's the problem. You can't go to Twitter for positive reinforcement. But some people thrive on the negativity. Guys like Steph Curry will look at their mentions and be like, fuck Steph Curry. He's soft and light-skinned. And then he's like, bitch, and goes out and drops 30. If I see that, I'm like, man, I just got to I got to quit. I got to do something else. I can't stand this shit. But that's how I am. That's how I am. Like White Magic talks about, he thrives on the hate. Some people love that shit. I think it's just because they love the attention. Some people don't give a shit whether it's good or bad. As long as they're getting attention, oh my God, they're over the moon about it. They're the same people like, there's no such thing as bad press. And there are some people that just need, Rev, I'm the same way. It doesn't, like, it's not devastating to me, but it just makes me want to be like, man, fuck it. I don't know how to describe it. And some people are going to go, oh, that's a weakness. I don't know if it's a weakness or if it's just, I don't want to put up with that bullshit. I don't know, but that's me. Katie said, I'm full of positive reinforcement. Steph is 32. He's had social media most of his life. That doesn't seem that strange. And you're probably right. But the fact that you would need that kind of look, and I guess you got to get it where you get it, right? Like the other night when one of the Cavs execs said something to him and he goes off for 20 and a quarter because of it. People get motivated in different ways for different reasons. I just don't know. And maybe you have to, because when you reach the pinnacle that Steph does, which I wouldn't know, but I'm making an assumption and I'm just talking here. I feel like your motivation is your paycheck, right? Or maybe you just have so much money where you're like, that doesn't motivate me anymore. I think you're motivated to get the money, and then once you get it and you've had it and you know it's secure and it's not going anywhere because you're Steph Curry, now what motivates you? It's not going to be your kids or your family because they're taken care of, right? Like your mom is taken care of. Everybody's taken, the Currys were already taken care of. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, I think maybe that's what it is, where it's like, okay, what can drive me now? I have reached the pinnacle. Like if I was fucking doing Barry on Deck pulling Howard Stern numbers, what's my motivation then? I sound like a fucking lame ass actor. What's my motivation to read these lines, Bauer? But I guess that's what he is, and so that's what fuels him. But that wouldn't do it for me. That wouldn't do it for me. When you guys give me positive feedback, it motivates me way more than the negative. Like I'm with House. The negative will shut me down. And Brandon says, "I'm sorry, House. We're always talking shit to you. I never knew." I think there's a difference, Brandon. Like we all know, we're all a family, and as dysfunctional as we are sometimes, we know what the jokes are. I know when you guys are joking with me, and when I clap back, a lot of times y'all take it way more personal, way more serious than it really is. Like you guys really think I'm pissed off sometimes. And rarely am I really mad. And most of the time, if I am, it's fleeting. Like I might be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up." But then that's over for me. I'm not going to hold that against anyone. So I think there's the difference between us fucking with each other and people like John Geiger looking up my address, sending me Venmo to tell me I'm broke and don't have a job, making fun of me because I was let go from my job. There's a big difference than being like, screw House, but you still show up for his streams. You still buy his merch. We still send him bits. Like all that's different. See, this is a great example. Tony's like, Barry hates me, but I come here anyway. I don't hate Tony. That's the beauty of the bit. I don't hate Tony. Does he and some other people get on my nerves? Sure, but I'm sure I get on your fucking nerves. So what's the difference? We just, it's just this is fun. So at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Katie said, being super open about what you feel motivated is the first step. Yeah. I've always been that way, though. I felt like I've always wanted to be open and honest about just me and what I go through and that kind of stuff. So Travis said, you still suck House in at night even when he pisses you off. What? Oh, you still tuck House in at night even when he pisses you off. Well, that was weird, Travis. I don't know if Travis just typed out a fantasy or what. Francisco said, Barry always rescues me in Warzone, and that keeps me motivated. I love you, buddy. Of course I'm going to rescue you. We might need your driving skills later. Get up. Let's go. We got a war to fight. All right, so I just thought that was right. I just wanted to talk motivation for a second. Do you guys strive on the negativity or the positivity in your life? I just find that interesting. I find that fascinating that I could never be white magic, mainly because, thank God, but I couldn't thrive on hate. Like that motivates him in some weird fucking sadistic way. Couldn't do it. I thrive on the positivity. Now that I know that, Tony, I will tell you you're beautiful every single time. Dimata said, I like when Barry tells me to go fuck myself. That means he loves me. He gets it. He absolutely gets it. Because here's the thing. There's two ways, right? It's like comedians will tell you all the time. If I don't fuck with you, it means I don't like you. And that is a thing amongst comedians and people in general. Because what would happen, Dimata, honest to God, what would happen is I would just ignore you and hope you go away. And I want you guys to know that and understand that. If I talk shit to you, White Magic, it's not because I don't like you. I love you, buddy. If I didn't like you, I would just be like, oh, fuck, here goes this dude again with this bullshit. And I would just ignore it. Which is, that's why I never read Katie's chats. Just kidding. Wow. Joe Pro. That got weird in a hurry, buddy. That's fucking awkward. Katie said, I thrive on actions, not words. So you mean like when people show you stuff, prove stuff or whatever, they don't just talk to you? I mean, look, you can motivate me with words or actions. You know what I mean? You can say great show or you can send a super chat. Either one of those, I'm going to be like, fuck yeah, let's go. They mean the same. Honest to God. They mean the same. Erickson said, House, I'm your biggest fan, but you're not in the mainstreams here on the Deckheads list. See? Yeah. House would be like, he's like some underground emo punk ska band. Like, some people like him, but you don't hear a lot about it. White Magic said there's so much more negativity in the world than positive, so you have to use your environment to your advantage. Or you just only surround yourself with positive people. What's wrong with that, White Magic? What's wrong with that? Like, if there were super negative deckheads amongst us, I'd just tell them to get the fuck out. Like, I don't want or need your negativity here. Nobody does. We're all trying to be positive and do great things and have a good time doing it. We don't want any negativity here. So no, I don't want to surround myself with negative people to motivate me. Jimmy John said positive encourages, but I don't listen when I hear negative. I just do enough to get across the finish line. Don't need to push myself for that. Okay. Got it. I dig it. Christopher Mina said, Barry is speaking truth. I couldn't handle the back and forth. Clinical depression is a crippling thing. Something I'm working to fix. Respect, Barry. Love y'all deckheads. Hey, listen, Christopher Mina, I get it, man. We love you too, buddy. It's difficult because it's not just like, okay, I don't have any issues and I just thrive on positivity. Some people have depression or they have other illnesses, whether they be mental, psychological, or whatever, that it makes it difficult to deal with negativity or even perceive negativity or just people fucking with you or other people around you being negative to each other, but they're not even talking about you. And it's not for everybody. And I would encourage you, Christopher Mina, if it bothers you, don't go there. Like, come hang out with us here in the chat. But if the Discord is too toxic for you, it may not be toxic for all of us, but if it's too toxic for you, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to avoid that. I would tell you to avoid it. Where's Matthew going? Oh, gotta grab the kids. Man, fuck them kids, man. Hang out. I'm just kidding. Have a good time, buddy. The Rev said, I'm getting compared to a lot of bands I've never heard of. Yeah, Rev, you are the butthole surfers of the chat. Just fucking with you, I don't know what that is. Justin Kelm said, I have PTSD and depression. I take medicine for it. Thank you, Barry, for speaking on this. It's difficult, Justin. I don't have those, but I know people that do, and I know how hard that can be to cope with. I mean, I don't know, but I can imagine how hard that could be to cope with. And it's, Justin, I mean, good for you just for being able to say it. Like Joe Pro said, good on you, Justin, for being man enough to get the help you need and for being man enough and adult enough and comfortable enough to be able to put that in a chat message on a show with thousands of 57 people watching. So good shit, man. I don't know why this turned into a fucking TED Talk. It was just not even meant to be that. It was just a weird thing with Steph. I digress. Let's real quick. Let's talk about this Aaron Rodgers thing, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about what a piece of shit Chad Wheeler is, and why the fuck this isn't a bigger issue or bigger deal than it is right now. Justin Swiffer said, "I have PTSD from getting robbed. How they gunpoint and shot. It's so upsetting because no matter how hard you try to explain it, people can't understand it." Yeah. I can't even imagine, dude. That's some scary shit, man. I remember I got robbed at gunpoint when I was, I don't know, maybe 10, 12. But it was one, I was high, so I wasn't sure if me freaking out was the weed or if it was whatever. But it could be a traumatic thing, man. I totally understand that. And you know what, Justin, the cool thing is you're on nobody's timetable but your own. Get better at your pace. Just try to get better. And that's the thing. You may never overcome that, but you can learn how to manage it and deal with it with the right counseling and guidance. Wow, did we really get a thumbs down on this topic? I don't know who just hit the thumbs down. You are a fucking garbage ass human being if us talking about this, you didn't like it. I mean, please never come back. Honest to God, please never come back to this show if us talking about PTSD bothered you. Jesus. I respect that, White Magic. I really do. John Geiger heard you talking about him. No, seriously. Oh, they took it away. It must have been an accident. I'm serious though. If you don't like this discussion, just don't come back, because this show is so much more than just chuckles and giggles and shit. We have real adult rational conversations, and I'm fine with that. And if some people don't like that, come back later when we're fucking around and joking. But I like having these conversations because guess what, guys? Life isn't always just fucking jokes and chuckles and shit. And it's okay for us to have meaningful adult conversations on this show. This show is about anything and everything, and I'm here for it. And I don't give a fuck if it's just 5 of us. If nobody else wants to watch this shit, but it makes it a little bit better for some of you, I'm here for it. Fuck them. We'll grow it somewhere else. Rev said my ex's negativity still shuts me down. This past few weeks was a mother, but it doesn't long term me like it used to. I could see that, man. I could see that. Man, you guys, I'm telling you, man, what I love about this, and that you guys are able to own this in the chat and talk about this in the chat, is that hopefully, my hope is that you're seeing this and you're thinking to yourself, I'm not alone. Like Justin Kelm can see that Justin Swinford has PTSD as well for something traumatic that happened to him, and he's struggling to deal with it. And Justin, the other Justin, struggling to deal with it. They can both go, holy shit. White Magic doesn't like to go out in public because he has PTSD. That's me. I'm not alone. I'm not weird. I'm okay. I just need to figure this out. And you will. I hope. I pray. And I don't even pray. And listen, if you guys need to talk one-on-one, I got a great ear, and it never wavers. And I'm always down to listen. You can just type to your heart's content. I'm here. And you have other deckheads that are here. Reach out. Reach out, man. All right, we got to get to a break. Let's take a break. It is a Whisker Wednesday, so this is why I was a couple minutes late today, is I spent a little more time on TikTok than I should have trying to get animal-themed videos for the break video. So, let's get to... Oh, thank you, PK. That's the kindest thing anyone's ever said to me, honest to God. Listen, let's get to a break. Enjoy the video. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about Aaron Rodgers. We'll talk about Chad Wheeler is a piece of shit. Somebody solved the Loch Ness monster riddle. There's a dude trying to turn himself into a fucking alien. That's weird. You think you got problems. This guy don't have a fucking lip no more. On purpose. Plus, we got, how many people are here right now? 60 of you. 20 of you have an STD. What? Let's get to it. All that and more right after this break. Don't go anywhere. It's Barry on Deck. Stick around.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Ah!
Wee. Oui.
But I don't even know how to keep this jacket. Did you just do that by himself?
Yep.
How many times did I say don't flood the house? Oh my God! Cookie, no! No, Cookie, you're gonna drown! No! Come here! No! Stop! No! Get out of the bathroom!
Hey, welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Very much appreciate that. I don't know if you saw it on, what is it, Flex Cam? Because, you know, I got the PS5 in the shot. White Magic hates it so much that I flex on it. Oh, speaking of, I got to do, these are my reads over here. I got to do one in a minute. I'll tell the people about Dan's in a minute. HTX, bitch. You may have noticed I got the Jamie out. After, why is there something floating in there? After that talk we just had, and the openness and the honesty from you guys, shut up, White Magic. You were the one that fix him. I just felt it was appropriate to have a shot with you guys. And to tell you that I mean it when I tell you I'm here for you. If you need to talk, just text me. Let's chat it up. I'll listen. And I wanted to also just tell you guys that I love you. And you got a whole family of people here that are willing to help and willing to talk. And if you need us, let us know. Cheers to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Let's get it. We got a water shot, coffee shot. Ray? You like that chair, buddy? You guys, Ray made this possible, man. Got a hell of a deal, too. And it's quiet. I mean, it's got a little squeak to it, but I looked it up, and that's just because I didn't tighten the bolts enough, which I did once. I got to do it again. Love this fucking chair, by the way, Ray. Because, like, it goes super low, and it, look. So, like, this is as low as it'll go, but I also have the desk way down. This is normal desk height. Well, actually, this is normal desk height. And then I have the chair as low as it'll go. So I just lower the desk because I like having some of the shot in the background. It's fancy time, folks. It's fancy time. Bong rips instead of cheers. That'll work. All right, let's talk about this Aaron Rodgers quote real quick. I teased it before the break, but as you'll recall, Aaron Rodgers was talking about the fact that, hey, I don't know what the future holds for me and anybody else, and oh yeah, I do have a fancy standing desk, Matt. You know what I thought about? I should do the show standing one day, right? You want to do it standing? Give a fuck. I'll stand up in this bitch. Let's go. Look at my dick right now. Let's go. Stand it up time. Oh, I hope this doesn't unplug everything. I didn't think about that. Should I? Let's see. We'll do it slow. Make sure nothing comes unplugged. What are we going to here? Oh, no. Stop. Let's go. Where are we going? We going to stand here? No. We got to go higher. Oh, it's fancy. Huh? I'm like Rod Ryan in this bitch. Do y'all know that the Rod Ryan show stands the whole time? I was talking to Tess about that. I was like, Tess, how do y'all do that? She's like, at first it was a bothersome, but I kind of like it now. So this is different. I'm standing. I can do my jumping jacks and shit. You can see there's the chair. I don't even need that bad boy. Get that out of here. We're standing for hour number 2. I'm not a stander either. I'm a dude that likes to lounge. I don't like standing. Matt says I love a standing desk at work. Why? Why the fuck do you want to stand up the whole goddamn time? See, that'll be the problem, is I'll be moving. I got a little ADD in me, boy. I'll fucking, hey, what's going on over here? What is this? Check this shit out. Yeah. Oh, boy. That was the shot. So that's why you don't like Rod, because he ran Teresa off? Okay. Well. All right, let's get to this. So you guys really dig the standing desks. 12 hours is too long to sit. Zoe, that's all I do all day is sit in this chair. Like, legitimately. See, I would lean and stuff. I don't know. This is going to be awkward to do this. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers, though. Guys, get back on track. Come on. Get your shit together, chat. We ain't got time for all this foolishness and silliness. So as you know, now you've lost your goddamn mind. Barry, get a treadmill and walk while doing the show. Could y'all look? I'm out of breath just doing 3 jumping jacks. Oh, fucking, anyways. So, yeah, I was like, and then she said, and I was like, girl, I don't think so, homie. Be all fucked up. Okay, back on track. Stop it! Aaron Rodgers said the following about his future with the Green Bay Packers. He says, I don't feel like I said anything I hadn't said before. Now, you'll recall this is about the fact that Rodgers said he was uncertain about his future. He said it was just more of a realization, I think, that ultimately my future is not necessarily in my control. Think about this for a second before we read the rest of this quote. Think about it. They went out and moved up in the draft in the first round to get another quarterback, his replacement. So if that was you, if you're Aaron Rodgers, what are you thinking? You're thinking, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they do want me gone. Maybe I am gone after next year. So you know what? Fuck them. I'm going to go out and be an MVP and then make them decide. It's very possible. So he said, obviously, after the season I had, potentially winning MVP, and we obviously made another good run, I don't think that there's any reason why I wouldn't be back, but there's not many absolutes in this business. To make an absolute statement about something that is not an absolute, I didn't do it. Oh, God, that shot just got me, you guys. I'm burping all over the place, and I'm exhausted from even the fake walk I did just then. Shit. Here's the thing. He's doing the right thing. He knows what the game is. Make the statement, walk it back. If I'm Aaron Rodgers and you go out and you draft that kid this early in my career, and it's still early for Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he ain't Tom Brady. He ain't that old. He ain't Drew Brees. How old is Aaron Rodgers? Is he 36? Let's see how old he is. Aaron Rodgers is, I guess I could put it on typing cam. Aaron Rodgers is 37 years old. That's not that bad. I mean, Tom Brady's 43. You telling me Aaron Rodgers can't play until he's 43 if Tom Brady can? Aaron Rodgers is almost as good as Tom Brady. It's possible. I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy. So, I think he said what he said because he meant it. Of course he doesn't know. You just drafted another quarterback to replace me. Of course I don't know if I'm going to be here next year. And don't be mad that he said it because that's what you did. You went out and got his replacement. So of course he's going to make statements like that. That's how this shit works. All right. Last thing I want to talk about, and this is pretty fucked up. And I don't know why it took somebody on Twitter, Dolores, retweeting it for me to see it. And not blasted all over every single kind of coverage there is, because we see it a lot when, how do I put this without hurting some white dude's feelings? When an African-American player is accused of domestic violence, we hear about it. We hear about it quickly. And it's all over everything. I can honestly tell you, I hadn't seen anything about this until someone tweeted it and said, why aren't we hearing more about this? And I was like, what the fuck is that? And of course I did my due diligence and looked up the story to see if it was credible and whatnot. And were there reputable sources reporting on it? And they were, but they're not making a big deal out of it. Let me tell you what happened. This is Chad Wheeler that you see on your screen. He plays for the Seattle Seahawks. Chad Wheeler is allegedly a piece of shit, because Chad Wheeler attacked this woman that you see on the screen. What's her name? Where did it go? It's his girlfriend. It doesn't say her name. So he's a backup offensive tackle. He assaulted her at their apartment in Kent, Washington. And they got into a fight. He choked her to the point that he thought she was dead, and then left her there while he ate dinner. When she woke up, and these are her words, she told cops during a 911 call that she was being killed and had a dislocated arm. She also said that when she woke up from being choked unconscious, he said, "Wow, you're still alive?" while he sat there sipping on a smoothie. Do you know why he did this? Allegedly, because she wouldn't bow to him. I mean, folks, why are we not more upset about this? Why is this not front page of every fucking news source in America? Why is this not being talked about everywhere? I say some things you guys disagree with, and that's fine. Well, so White Magic, obviously tongue in cheek, and I know you're joking, buddy, and I know you're being facetious about it, but he said, but Barry, he has CTE, it's not his fault. They said that he was punching a wall in college, then he was evaluated for psychological issues. So let's just assume that maybe he does have psychological issues, and they may or may not be caused by CTE. That doesn't change the fact that this needs to be, look, hold on. I got to throw away my zebra cake wrapper. I just saw it. That doesn't change the fact that we haven't heard about this. Hadn't seen it. This wasn't a trending topic on Twitter that I saw. Dolores Lozano, who I happen to follow, retweeted it. And I was like, what is going on here? What is this? And it was a picture of her with a bloody nose in a hospital bed. And I just, because of triggering reasons, I didn't want to show that. It's bad enough that we're talking about it. This is going to hurt some people, mainly white dudes. But the reason this isn't being published and discussed, which it will be, because people are up in arms about it now, and finally the news media is going to have to talk about it. We're talking about a white dude and a black female. And these are two separate reasons that happen to converge in one story as to why this isn't being discussed. On the one hand, it's a white guy. Maybe he's got mental issues. Whereas, when we've seen it in the past with African-American players, and yeah, they're dicks and they're assholes for it. But it's a white guy. So maybe he has CTE. So it's an excuse. And then the other part, and the more regrettable part about this, the sadder part about this, is that the victim is an African-American woman. And there was a quote that I saw, and I don't remember offhand, but It was a Malcolm X quote, and it basically said that some of the most mistreated people in this country are black women. And you can agree or disagree with that all you want, but I think sometimes when you have a situation like this, it speaks for itself. You have a black woman who is the victim of this heinous and horrendous crime perpetuated on her by a white dude. How come we didn't hear about this sooner? How come this wasn't the lead on every single news outlet in America when it was with others? I'm not a white guilt, white conspiracy guy. I just recognize the bullshit when I see it. And I'm always going to tell it to you. And I know you guys are, fuck this dude. Well, go unfollow me. I'm up to 500 unfollows now on Twitter because I've been speaking my mind. And you know what? I couldn't be happier because those are 500 people that are fucking ignorant. And if I lose their follow and support, I don't give a shit. Because I'm going to keep saying this because people that look like me need to hear it. And until it stops, more of me need to be coming forward and saying enough is enough, that it has to stop. I couldn't imagine going through what this woman went through. And then somebody pointed out, which I don't know, I think you see this in most of these cases, but it was a picture of him in his uniform and a picture of her in the hospital bed. And they were like, oh, well, look at that. You know, they put the white guy in his uniform and you know, they put her in the hospital. I look, and when it comes to that particular argument, I'm not gonna defend the media, but I'm gonna say that they're always going to want to show you a picture of the victim. It gets clicks. It evokes emotion, which is why I didn't show that picture. It's why I got this picture instead. I want you to see what she looks like, not what she did to him. That's a media thing. I don't want to show you what he did to her. I want to show you who she is, what she looks like. Because fuck that dude. He's probably proud of what any dude that would sit there and sip a smoothie and say, oh, you're alive. Where's the remorse? And don't get into fucking court and then try to tell me you're remorseful. It's too late. An opportunity to be remorseful in the moment, and you chose not to be. So fuck you. And whatever happens to him, he deserves it. But we, in general, have got to do better by our women, including our African American females. We just have so much work to do, man. And I love this country. I love it. And I feel like there's this groundswell where we are starting to see where we need to be going forward. And I think we'll get there. Here's my theory on this. And most of you don't know me. You think you know me. You don't know me. I've been honest on here and open and that, but you don't know my whole life. You don't know what I've seen or not seen and believe and don't believe and experience and don't experience. But I've given way more thought to this than just the last 3 years when you met me on radio and YouTube. I'm a guy who used to wear Malcolm X shirts to school in 1990. So to say that my study and understanding and appreciation of race and racial injustice in this country started because it's cool now would be a horrible assumption on anyone's part. I was once told by, in fact, I had her on this show before, Abigail, there was a dude that hated me in high school because he was a black Muslim and I was dating black females and he hated it. And she actually told that dude, she almost got my ass whooped because she was like, I forget the dude's name, but she was like, dude, he probably knows more about Louis Farrakhan than you do. And he lost his shit. But you know what? There was some truth to that. because I was passionate about racial justice and racial equality long before this movement began. So I say all that to say, I've spent a lot of time thinking about this. I've spent a lot of time mulling this over in my head as a youth in high school, out of high school. And I remember, back in the days when I was Boom Boom, the rapper, I wrote a lyric which I thought was pretty profound. And I said, just because the laws change don't mean that people change. And you think about that for a second. Just because they change a law, it doesn't change the way people think. These 60, 70-year-old white senators and Republicans and some Democrats that pretend like they give a shit, and all these politicians and business owners and CEOs, and we can have all these movements we want. It doesn't change their mentality. It doesn't change the mentality of the South. You know what changes this? Do you know what fixes this? Eventually, time. And I know what you're saying. Boy, how long has it been? But think about how far we've come. From a country founded and built on slavery and racism to where we are now. In 1776, if you would have told anybody, any white dude that walked the lands of this country, that we would have a black president, they would have laughed you out of the colonies. So we have come a long way. But this is what's going to fix this is time. But we all have to do our part. And that includes the media. They've got to be better. Just have to be better. Yeah, that's true, right? That's true, white magic. They wouldn't have laughed. They would have fucking thrown me in jail or lynched me. So, pretty tragic. And I would encourage you to hold the media accountable, as they should be. Okay, that is all the sports that I have. So let's talk about how many of you have an STD. Transition smooth. Seriously, raise your hand if you've got crabs. Come on, let's see it in the chat. Who's got herpes? Who's got herpes? Put your hand up. Another one. I know it's you. Here's the deal. 1 in 5 of you has an STD. Justice Winford put his hands up. It was sports related, P. Jones. Backup left tackle for the Seahawks. That was the last topic that I had that was sports related. Nearly 68 million STIs on any given day in 2018. This study says 1 in 5 in the U.S. have an STD. It says the burden of STIs, which are sexually transmitted infections, is staggering. 26 million newly acquired sexually transmitted infections alone occurred in 2018. Nearly 1 in 2 incidents of sexually transmitted infections were acquired by people 15 to 24. Nearly $16 billion in direct lifetime medical costs resulting from STIs acquired in 2018 have been spent trying to get rid of herpes. It ain't going away, white magic. You're stuck with it. 1 in 5 people. That means the next 5 names I read, one of you has the clap. Reverend Tony Garza, Justin Swinford, White Magic, I'm waiting on the film. And Total Dallas, one of you. So let's just evaluate this for a second here. If we were going to evaluate those 5 names, House, Tony, Justin Swinford, White Magic, and TD, who has the STD? Oh, I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's got the initials already. Sorry, Total Dallas, but my vote is you, buddy. I feel like you're the one. STD? See, because Total... Okay, I'll fuck off. What's up, Air Platinum? Wallace said, of course it's White Magic. I've seen pictures of him with bumps on his lip. That's a cold sore. That's herpes. Everybody's saying it's White Magic. Jill Pro's like, glad I stepped away for a moment. Rev said, has to be Swinford. He raised his goddamn hand. And it is true, Justin Swinford. I said, who's got STDs? And Justin was like, oh, right here, buddy. You need something from me? I'll give it to you. Sorry, Total Dallas. Incarnate said, well, back to lurking. No more chat. Oh, sounds like somebody's got an STD they don't want to tell us about. Incarnate 1. Jen's making notes. Sweaty armpit alert. Do you know how fucking hot it is in this room? I can't even begin to tell you with all these goddamn lights and shit. Shut your whore ass up. Yeah, I sweat, bitch. That's what a man does. He sweats. I'm a sweater. I've always been a sweater. You tell me how to fix it, I'll fix it. But I ain't got the money to go get Botox shot into my armpits or have my fucking sweat cells removed, you raggedy bitch. So I sweat. Get over it. That's your big takeaway? You probably have the clap. Incarnate said, another one. He did 3 jumping jacks. Yeah, that's why I'm sweating. No, bitch, it's hot in this room, you dumbass. I'm not going to justify this to your stupid ass. Shut your whore mouth. Jen's spreadsheet is now a terabyte. Oh my God, that's hilarious. All right. I thought that was interesting though. Pretty interesting. 1 in 5 people in America have an STD. Be careful who you're out there raw dogging it with, folks. All right, let's talk about the Loch Ness Monster because some scientist has said he has cracked the code. He has solved the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster. Old Nessie isn't really Nessie at all. You remember the most famous pic of Nessie? I'm going to download it here. Oh, excuse me. Man, why does this not work when I do this bullshit? Open this goddamn image and download it. So this is the... Oh, motherfucker. Why does this thing make it so difficult? I don't understand what a WebP is. Just give me the goddamn image. I just want the... Y'all know the most famous image of Nessie, right? Like, it's the gray, black and white. There we go. There it is. All right, let me download it now. I don't know why the sun.co.uk has to make shit so difficult. This is the most famous picture of Nessie. Well, it turns out that that picture is actually a fake. That's not a real Loch Ness Monster. What experts determined from that picture was that somebody took like a toy water submarine and made a fake dinosaur head and put it on there. So this picture that we've always been told was proof of the Loch Ness Monster turned out to be a hoax and a fake. And the guy that has gone out and said he's cracked the code of the Loch Ness Monster mystery said it's Professor Henry Bauer. He said that research suggests that Nessie is actually some kind of undiscovered sea turtle that became trapped in the loch, which if you don't know, loch is like a weird thing. It's a lake type scenario. Professor Henry Bauer's research suggests that the turtle may have become trapped in the loch when water levels reduced at the end of the most recent ice age. Time period was around 12,000 years ago. U.S. scientists worked at Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University and doesn't believe Nessie was a dinosaur. He thinks all the potential sightings and descriptions describe a turtle-like behavior, such as breathing air but living underwater. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I know some of you dipshits watch this Bigfoot show, this Hunting Bigfoot. We're going to just go ahead and burst that bubble too, you nitwits. Bigfoot is not a real fucking thing. There's no, I don't know why I believe in aliens and ghosts, but not Bigfoot. I just don't. I feel like if Nessie was real, they would have found it. The loch ain't that big. The loch is not that big. Okay, what is this? I don't understand. Not sea turtles, guys. A turtle. The picture Barry picked is just a turtle. What? What are you talking about? What is happening right now? Bigfoot is my hero. Oh my God. Listen, I feel like we've discovered all of these animals, these iterations. You're telling me in all these years, no one's ever definitively ran into a Bigfoot and gotten proof. I mean, we have faked blurry pictures. I have proof that the aliens have visited us. Look at my goddamn finger. It won't heal. That is definitely an alien scar, people. Don't tell me they're not real. I got the proof on my goddamn finger. I don't know. I can't explain it. I just don't believe in Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. I used to believe in the Loch Ness Monster, and then the older I got, the more I realized it's kind of fucking silly. Kind of weird. By the way, Wallace, that is the best fucking commercial. She's like, what do you think, Bigfoot? He's like, what'd you call me? She's like, Bigfoot. He's like, my name is Daryl. So good. That's so fucking good. Katie said, what I missed? We're talking about the Loch Ness Monster and how it's really just an old big ass dinosaur sea turtle. That they figured that out. Well, a professor did. This is the picture that they chose. I wonder if I can open that picture. It looks pretty creepy. This might actually be more of a fucking, oh, here we go again with this bullshit. I swear to God. Could somebody just go back to normal ass websites instead of this fucking cockamamie garbage ass website that this son of a bitch sun.co.uk does with their URLs? Like, I don't know how to figure that shit out with your fancy bullshit, pal. There we go. This is the picture that they posted on what Nessie might be. There you go. There's an attack turtle. There's an attack turtle. Oh, yeah. Also, I forgot. Total Dallas has herpes. So there's the attack turtle. That's Nessie right there. That's what Nessie is. I mean, supposedly. All right, what else do I have on the agenda? It's 3:36. We still got time. I was going to do an AMA today, but I think we're fine. I don't think we're going to run out of shit for me to talk about. Because I was like, on barber day, on haircut day, I'm usually like, oh, I may have to do an AMA. I don't have time to get enough shit together. So let's talk about this dude that's trying to turn himself into an alien. This is an actual human being. And this is his actual, well, I shouldn't say actual. This is his, well, no, it is his actual and new face. This guy is trying to turn himself into, quote, a black alien. Oh my God, we got his Instagram. It's called the Black Alien Project. Well, we're going to pull this up in a second. His name is Anthony Lafredo. More like Lafrico. I'll fuck off. A 32-year-old Frenchman, figures, who wants to be a black alien. He's gotten his nose removed in Spain where it's legal to do so. I don't know why you would do that. He also had his upper lip cut off and covered his entire body, including his eyeballs, in tattoos as part of his @TheBlackAlien Project Instagram. And he's in a reptilian twist. He had his tongue split. Well, kids. Katie said this guy is trying to turn himself into Nessie. Dollar store Darth Maul. That's funny as shit. Okay, let's go to his Instagram, kids. Let's go, famo. Let's go check it out. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up. Yo, this standing is awful. Just FYI, I am not happy that I've been standing for almost 30 minutes. And my balls are sticking to my leg because it's so hot in here. Also, oh my God! The fuck? We got it. Let's get this, guys. Holy shish kebab. What the fuck is this? This is the Black Alien Project's Instagram account. What is he doing here with the titty shirt on? What is going on there? Is he wearing a bra? All right, judge, lest not you be judged. Okay, well, that's scary as fuck. I'm afraid. Loading. Black Alien Project Evolution, 20%. Why does he have a knife? I don't understand this guy. This is creepy as fuck. Like, he's got bumps on his head. I don't know. All of his posts are in French, so. Oh, he's got a Falcons jersey on. I figured it would have been Saints, you know, because he's French. All right. Let's see here. Oh, well, that's not weird. This isn't. Oh, we got a whole video. Okay. Nothing to see here, guys. Just a goddamn alien in a suit. Mind your business, folks. Nothing to see here. Could you imagine seeing this dude? That is so fucking weird. Oh my God, look, he's like, what? What is that? Is that weird? Is this a weird thing? Donna's like, what in Jesus' name? Look at this shit. That's pretty cute though, right? Let's be real. That's pretty sweet. Little baby's like, ah, what the fuck? This is creepy as shit. He's rolling alien blunts. Seriously, y'all. Is this him before and after? Bro, you had it all going for you, man. Oh, Jesus. Cece's like, he dresses so nice. For an alien. Look at this shit. God damn, this is weird. Oh, he's giving us the percentages. He says, like, if you notice, this says Black Alien Project Evolution 18%. So I think he's slowly evolving into the alien. That's still 18%. But when we went up here, we are at 20% alien. I wonder if he's going to be like, yeah, could you just replace my speech pattern with beep bop ba doop bop bop a lop bop? I don't know why fucking aliens are talk like Little Richard. Wop bop a loo bop a wop blop zibop. And fucking Cosby. I don't know. I'm not an alien. I don't even pretend to understand it. Yo, this is just weird. I wonder, oh, look at that shit. That's disgusting right there. That looks like the face of a pit bull. Like, oh, look. Is that a pit bull? No, bitch, zoom out. It's this fucking weirdo. Easy alien. Easy E the alien and shit. This is just crazy. I'm so confused. What the fuck is that? That's awkward. Little alien porn. Is this the goal right here? Was this what he wanted to be, or is this him? Okay, this is just creepy as shit. Marsha said the sad thing is no matter how much augmentation he does, we all know he's still human. Preach on, sister. Preach on. That's just fucking weird. Incarnate said the last 10%, Congo. He's like, I'm 90% alien, 10% Congo. Yes, some aliens have 3 legs. All right, let's see what else we got here. How many of you... It is so hot in this room, and maybe it's because I'm standing. How many of you like the sweetheart candies? By the way, is the mic off with the video? I feel like it might be off a little bit. If it is, tell me. I can't tell. It might just be the delay in the feed. Does it look like it's a... P. Jones, I should be offended. But he's a dumbass, so carry on. I can see you hating standing. Yeah, it fucking sucks. I'm a leaner. Okay, because there is a delay, like from what I see, like when I say stuff to when I see it, just because I have a monitor here, just so I can make sure nothing's fucked up. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. How many of you guys eat the sweethearts candies? Not sweet tarts. You know, the ones with the little messages. Will you be mine? You know, the little fucking heart candies with the messages on them. Be mine. Love. You're cute. That kind of shit. You remember. It's not like we don't eat them now necessarily. I had to mute that as a burp. But you remember, it was like back in the day, like in junior high and elementary school, you'd give them to, you know, the chicken that was just developing boobs in the 7th grade. And you were like, man, I wish she would be mine. Like the feel on them bad boys in 7th grade. Calm down, Barry. Can't even control your boner yet. You know what I'm talking about. I've said too much. So they're coming out. Look, P. Jones said they're chalky trash. Colored chalk. You guys are dicks. These are the staple of a fucking Valentine's diet. What? Everybody's saying the same thing, that they're chalk. They're not chalk. What are they made of, though? That's the real question. Well, they're coming up with some new slogans. By the way, it looks like they fucking print them with a dot matrix printer, doesn't it? Totes. Be mine. Peace. So they're coming out with new sayings on them. Everyone's saying they're chalk. Charles Garza said they ain't bad. Here we go. They are inspired by classic love songs. So is there one that says, let's get it on? With an aim to start Valentine's Day on a high note, 21 songs spanning the decades. Spanning the decades. Served as an inspiration for the surprise mix of sayings featured on this year's iconic heart-shaped candies. Back in the day, it was Be Mine, Hug Me, Cutie Pie. Now the new sayings include At Last. At last. Oh yeah, I know, I can sing it. Woo! Whose panties just dropped? Mine did. They have another one that says Sugar, Sugar. I'm Yours. And Love Me Tender, but it's TENDR. That's not gore, it's goat. Why does it say goat, though? That's weird, right, Mark? Now that you mention it. Why the fuck do they have one that says goat? You're the greatest of all time? That's fucking weird. I think they should do them from rap lyrics. Like you could have one that says, just don't bite it. Right? Just have one that says WAP. W-A-P. Just have one that says, shake the mountain doodle brown. You'd have to flip it over to read all of it. But I think that would be, why not? Right? What does L-Y-M-Y mean? She swallowed it. Yeah! Get it all, baby. I don't know what L-Y-M-Y means. Should I look it up? Yeah, it's not. None of these are centered. I don't know who's in charge of printing these, but they suck. Lymy. What does that mean? Love you, love me? YMY? No, LYMY, you raggedy bitch. Love you, miss you. Oh, okay. Fuck. Love your man yogurt. Nope, that's not what it means at all, Tony. Yeah, love you, miss you. That's better. That's a stupid one to put on there. Because if you miss them, you had them. You don't need them to be yours. They're already yours. You don't need that be mine bullshit. Somehow someone made these worse. That's hilarious. I'm interested in the other ones that have kind of the kiss me imprinted or stamped in there, not printed on there. Rev's going to listen to some NWA. That's an underrated album. Everybody slept on that because, the big riff with Ice Cube, and they said that it wasn't, But that was, Dr. Dre did some of his best beats and some of his best work on that album. It's just that there was no Ice Cube, so it didn't feel whole. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. Hey, before we bounce on up out of here, guys, I do have to tell you about the fine folks over at Dan's Seafood and Wings. Humor me for a moment because I'm going to hip you to the game, people. I know what you're all out there saying right now. Damn, I could use some fish right now. I could go for some shrimp. I could go for a grilled platter with some lo mein and boiled spicy shrimp. Well, folks, have no fear. eatatdans.com. It's the bees. Look at Francisco. He's like, please, Barry, tell Dan's to open up in the ATX because I'm all the way out here and I miss it. And I'm telling you right now, Francisco loves him some Dan's. You're going to love it too, guys. They got 2 locations, one on Uvalde, one on South Gessner, both. So Southwest Houston, Northeast Houston. No matter what side of town you're on, you're probably only 30 minutes or less away from Dan's. And if you're craving seafood and you want some of the best, go to Dan's. It's Eat at Dan's 1 on Facebook, Eat at Dan's on Instagram. I just read you some of their more popular items. All their seafood is made fresh and delicious. They've got wings. They've got it all, guys. It's Asian, Latin, and Cajun-inspired seafood and wings. It's H-Town's finest. Guys, do yourself a favor. Get out to Dan's. eatatdans.com. eatatdans.com. Go there, and when you're there, make sure you tell them that you heard about them on Barry on Deck. What is this? I don't understand this. Imagine if a black leftist had the same stance. Would this blogger have the testicular fortitude to say he is a crybaby? No. Can a person have a different opinion anymore? No. We must submit. Well, William, I don't understand what you're talking about. Please elaborate. We've talked about a lot. Listen, I got 9 minutes left. I'll humor you, William. Let's have this chat, buddy. Tell me what you're talking about. Tell me specifically what take you're talking about, William. I'll give you a moment. Katie says it's a bot. I don't know if it's a bot. Go ahead, William. If you're still here, what specific topic are you referring to with that statement? I will humor you, buddy. I got nothing but time. So, is this an opening to OnlyFans? He called me a blogger. See, and that makes me so goddamn mad. William? I ain't no fucking blogger. I'm a fledgling YouTube fuckface, William. No fucking blogger. Raggedy bitch. How dare you come on my YouTube channel, my fledgling, failing YouTube channel, and call me a blogger? I'm gonna roll up these goddamn sleeves. I wish I had sleeves on so I could roll them up. What the fuck are you talking about? Either say what you got to say or get the fuck out, William. Scary ass. Oh my God, what is these people? Bro, say it with your chest. I'm giving you plenty of opportunity. There ain't this much goddamn delay. Oh, pussy ass William, get the fuck out of here. Hot Take Barry is blogging on deck. Oh, you raggedy bitch. How dare you call me a blogger, sir? I hate when hoe ass bitches like this show up thinking they're gonna, I have something important to say. Well, then, bitch, go start your own YouTube channel, you dumb fuck. That's probably William that gave me the second thumbs down. Hey, guess what, William? Hold on. I got something over here. Oh, there it goes. Get the fuck out of here, you clown. Imagine if a black leftist had made the same stance. Man, shut the fuck up, William. Say it with your chest or get the fuck out. That's how we do it on this show. Everybody has the right to say what they want to say. So say it. Oh, raggedy ass bitch. Okay, you're just a fucking idiot. Another one. What are you, new to the show? Do you not know that I sweat? Do you understand that it is probably fucking 85 degrees in this room right now? Oh my God. Lord, give me the strength. I'm not even Catholic. Some of these motherfuckers in the chat that think they're fucking funny, that think they're humorous. Barry sweats. No shit. I have been sweating on this goddamn show since it started. You're not fucking cracking a code here, buddy. You didn't discover some new flaw in my fucking physical being. I've been sweating in this bitch since May. And before that, I sweated at night. And I sweated on the air at ESPN. Stop acting like you came up with something new. Fuck. Sorry, William has me upset. Y'all get on my goddamn nerves sometimes, though. Some of the shit y'all think is funny. Free Joe said, I know when Jen said, geez, Barry, last time I stand up to William for you. Man, shut the fuck up. You weren't standing up for me. You were trying to backhand make fun of me. P. Jones said, I know Jen, we stay ready, so we never got to get ready. Charles Garza said, glad I can make today's show. Charles, I appreciate it. Charles, if you missed yesterday's show, that was a lot of fun. You need to go back. Another one wasn't sitting here reminding everybody I sweat every 10 minutes. Like it's not fucking obvious that I've been sweating every 10 minutes. Speaking of sweet, where'd you get that shirt? Shit, I don't know. What does that say? I don't know. I think I got it at 713 Shirts. Man, I'm so close to giving you a 5-minute timeout. Another one just for being fucking stupid. Oh, that reminds me, Josh. God damn it. I totally forgot Josh's request here. We're going to do this on the way out. Let's go. I almost forgot, Josh. I'm glad you said something. Barry gets enough exercise walking to the liquor shelf. You too? Everybody got jokes now. I thought you had something nice to say. I didn't even read it yet. Now that you think that's my exercise? I wish that I could burn enough calories to get rid of these chins by walking over there and getting a drink. The problem is when I get over there, when I bring it over here, even though I could do curls with this bitch, I should just stand here and do a show exercising one day and see how that goes. But the problem is even if that was a longer walk, the calories in the whiskey, counterproductive. It's like putting your fridge on the other side of the house. It's what you get when you get there. I love you too, Donna. I love all y'all. Even this raggedy bitch, another one with his lame ass jokes. Sweating could mean your body is efficient, Barry. No, it means I'm fat, Chandler. It means it's hot in this room when you stream. And anybody that streams will tell you that. And plus, the AC's not on. And then fucking, I don't know how it works. Yeah, I just sweat a lot, okay? But I love that some of you, like another one, just find yourself so funny. Is it time to go? It's time. Fuck this shit. Let's get out of here. I had a good time today, except for reading another one's stupid ass chat messages. And William, fuck that guy. Hey, William, hope you fall down at some point today, you raggedy bitch. Hey, do me a favor though, except William. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Maybe I'll have enough money to buy some fucking deodorant so I won't sweat. Right? Another one? Ha! Funny joke! Take some cafe. All right, tomorrow is Thursday. I don't know what's going to be on the show. I don't know what I have planned. I don't know what's going on. I'm digging this too, 713 Hooligan. It ain't bad at all. I dig it. This whole standing thing, it sucks. Hey, y'all make sure you get your Super Bowl squares like Jen said. Where did my little thing go? Oh, I think I deleted it. Sorry, Jen. So until tomorrow, be safe. Be kind. Even if you're a raggedy bitch in the chat, be kind. And most importantly, love each other. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Do it again. Daddy's making a YouTube video!